Hey there, everybody. It's Lee here, your coach for the Cherrygrove Charizards in Season 2 of the CCL Combined Championship League. I'm here today for my battle versus Marty, head coach of the Warnsveld Weezings. Before I jump into it, I want to say a real quick thank you to Zach, aka Patchy Patchy YT, the coach of the Las Vegas Victinis, for helping me record this today. And of course, if you want to see all of the other battles for this round, you can just find them on their individual channels or on this CCL channel right here. All of their links will be in the description below. So to get started, I have Porygon Z today, as well as Tyranitar, Haxorus, Samurott, Slurpuff, and Cofagrigus, and he brought his Piloswine, Chestnut, Swellow, Sableye, Galvantula, and Tentacruel. And I was a little bit upset when I saw the Swellow, of course, because in my team Euler I mentioned that my Cofagrigus could do the absolute work if that Swellow wasn't here. Well, he brought it, so my strategy's going to differ a little bit. I decide that I'm going to hope he brings in the Swellow, but even if he doesn't, anything else he brings in is going to take a hit from this, so I'm going to go ahead and start with my Porygon here. Let's get into the battle and see what happens. Alright, so Martin is issuing a challenge. Or, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. It's Dutch. I'm stupid. He brings out his Tentacruel first, which is not a bad play from him. I've, of course, got my download boost for some extra attack, which is useless. He sets up the Toxic Spikes, which is unfortunate, because I have literally no way to get rid of hazards. So I'm just going to have to deal with it. I go ahead and Nasty Plot up. And instead of getting up a second layer of spikes, he actually attacks me with his acid spray, lowers my special defense, and it's a crit. But it doesn't do that much damage. My discharge, after one Nasty Plot, is going to do a ton of damage, and Oko, the Tentacruel, which I was actually really happy about. It's a special defensive wall, and I got it out of there first turn with a special attack, well, second turn. He's going to bring out his Mamoswine, and here's where I start making some mistakes in this battle. I'm going to switch out my Porygon instead of attacking and getting some damage off because I was scared of the Earthquake. What I didn't realize is that he has Roar on this, and he is now going to start swapping my Pokemon for me and poisoning everybody, which is really, really unfortunate. So he's going to roar me right into my Cofagrigus here, Slur. Now, here's another mistake. I know he has Roar at this point, but I go ahead and Calm Mind up anyway, which, you know, well, this is kind of dumb, because he's just immediately going to roar me out and keep getting this poison chip damage on every one of my Pokemon, which is really unfortunate for me, very fortunate for him, because this ends up being a very close battle, as you'll see later. He puts me out into my Samurott, and I decide to just go ahead and knock off instead of trying to set up a Swords Dance, because at this point I realize he'll just roar me out. A knockoff is Eviolite, which means I will do a lot more damage later on. But he again, of course, roars me into something else, bringing out my Tyranitar. Now, Big Booty Ho is immediately poisoned, and also immediately sets up the Sandstream, so I've got a good special defense, which means nothing against this heavy-hitting physical attacker. But I'm going to go ahead and try and get as much damage on this as possible, and I go for the Stone Edge, which actually does a respectable about 50-ish%, considering the damage he took before from the knockoff. He Earthquakes me, which almost kills me, along with the poison damage. And at this point, I go for the Stone Edge again, trying to get the kill, and I miss. And I have bad luck with Stone Edge, so this is something I should have known ahead of time. He roars me out, right back into Porygon. Now at this point, again, my Porygon, I'm just afraid that he's going to get Earthquaked in one shot by this Piloswine. So I'm going to immediately go ahead and switch him back out to the Tyranitar after this. Because at this point the Tyranitar has like a sliver of health left, and I'm just hoping to use it as death fodder to be able to switch into my Samurott safely. What happens actually is he goes for the Roar again, which you'll see here in just a moment. And yeah, there it goes, and he switches me into the Samurott, which actually was a good stroke of luck for me here, meaning I get to keep my Tyranitar to use maybe as death fodder later. The Sandstorm is still going, dealing residual damage to me along with the poison, so I'm taking a lot of residual chip damage every turn. I decided to go ahead and Aqua Jet here, figuring this will kill because I'm heavily invested into attack with Samurott, and it does kill, so thankfully I've taken down this roaring annoyance of a Piloswine. He's gonna the Sandstream, of course, ends here, meaning that at least half of the chip damage is gone for the moment. He's gonna bring out his Chestnut, and as I mentioned in my team builder, I specifically built this Samurott to take out Chestnut. Of course, this one-hit KOs this Chestnut, which is really cool. After the battle, it was actually pointed out to me that if he had an Assault Vest, that might not have killed. So luckily, he didn't run it. So we've got that. And the Chestnut's down. That's 2 down in quick succession. He's got his Swallow here, which U-turns immediately and swaps out. I was trying to knock it off to remove its Toxic Orb or Flame Orb or stop whatever facading or gutsing it might have had. The knockoff hits the Galvantula and takes off its Expert Belt, which is really nice. It's going to be doing slightly less damage with the super effective attacks, but that doesn't do anything to stop this Energy Ball from killing my Samurott from it's in red health. That was another mistake, is I went for the Air Slash there, I believe, instead of Aqua Jet, which, you know, I could have gotten damage or maybe even killed it, so that was my mistake there. Of course, I bring in my Haxorus here. He's going to set up his Sticky Webs while I set up my Dragon Dance. And here's another mistake I made, is I get a little bit greedy after this. I didn't realize a single Dragon Dance would make me faster than his Galvantula, so I went ahead and Dragon Danced again, leaving myself completely open for his next attack. Alright, and so he's going to Bug Buzz me here and deal a ton of damage, almost killing my Haxorus, meaning I can get one more hit off. And, you know, he's going to be expecting me to attack here, and again, another mistake is I went for Earthquake here instead of one of my other attacks, and he brings in the Swallow to immediately, completely avoid the Earthquake and let my Haxorus go down to poisoning. Now, the smarter play to do there would, of course, been my Facade, because that would have killed anything with 2 D-Dances up and being poisoned. The Facade would have killed anything on his team. But you live, you learn. At this point, I finally bring out my Slurpuff and make another mistake, because my battle today was full of these, unfortunately. He Brave Birds does an absolute ton of damage to me. But doesn't quite kill, which I'm super thankful for. Look at that, I lived on 13. It's insane. My Citrus Berry pops, I get some health back, and of course this will activate my Unburden boost for next round. I use Aromatherapy this round, getting the poison off my Mons, completely blanking out on the fact that there's Toxic Spikes down, and they're immediately going to be poisoned again as soon as they come in, so that was absolutely pointless. All it really did was get the poison off of this one. He U-turns me, which shows me that he's Scarfed, because there's no other way he's going to outspeed my... No, he's not Scarfed, he's Toxic Orb, isn't he? So he's just really fast, because I've got Unburden up, and he still outsped me, so I actually am very confused right now. My Eat Me did the Dazzling Gleam to try and get as much damage off on that Swallow as possible. Luckily for me, he actually switched into his Sableye, and I guess maybe he was going to burn me or something, but he took the Dazzling Gleam and immediately died. He's going to bring that Swallow right back out, and it's going to start a rampage of doom. It's going to Quick Attack and kill my Slurpuff here. I brought on the Tyranitar to, I guess, serve as death fodder here, because it's not living any hit. Even a Quick Attack is going to take the T-Tar out at this point, especially since he was just poisoned again. So at this point, the T-Tar is just death fodder to try and get a clean switch into one of my other Mons, which I'm quickly running out of at this point. He U-turns, of course, immediately demolishing the T-Tar. I think he blew a hole right through it. You can see the hole in the back where the Swallow went right through T-Tar. Swallow goes back. He's going to bring out, let's see, the Galvantula here. And I go into my Cofagrigus, I believe. Yes, my Cofagrigus, and I'm gonna start setting up a little bit, or that was the plan. He withdraws and goes into his, oh no, I Shadow Balled here, that's right, sorry. I Shadow Balled here, and he makes the smart play again and switches to his Swallow to completely avoid any kind of Shadow Ball, which once again leaves me doing nothing. So this Swallow was a huge problem for me the entire match. This Swallow and the Piloswine of his are really what made the match super close, because everything else I kind of just killed. At this point, I actually misclicked, I believe. He's going to Brave Bird, doing a ton of damage to me, and swapping his ability to Mummy. Changing, from Guts to Mummy, which is actually going to lower his damage. And this, I think, is what saved me in the end. Like, that one thing, taking away his Guts, actually did save me. Now, yes, I misclicked. I meant to go for Rest. If I had gone for Rest there, it wouldn't have been quite as close, but unfortunately, I did misclick, leaving my Cofagrigus to just go ahead and die. Thankfully, with the Sandstorm and the poisoning from his Toxic Orb, the Swellow actually goes down, and finally, it's gone. I am so ecstatic about this. I'm thinking, alright, now I can win. And then Slur is hurt by the poison. He's down to almost nothing. There's no way the slow Coffin is going to outspeed the Galvantulus, so I'm just going to let it go. And of course, I die there to that Bug Buzz. And he's going to take some residual damage. Now this is the last play of the game, pretty much. He is going to go ahead and Hidden Power Fighting me, which was actually really smart. He probably had that there for the T-Tar as well. He might have been a little more damage with the Bug Buzz, but I think either way I probably would have lived. But the fact that I lived there let me get off an Ice Beam and finally kill him. This is the close 1-0 battle. Marty played very well. I made a lot of mistakes, but Marty did play very well. I don't want to discount that at all. He's a great competitor, great battler, and I was glad to have had such a close, fun battle with him. So once again, you can check out all of the other battles for this round and all the coaches' channels in the links down below in the description. Thank you for watching, and you guys have a great day. Bye.